How do you ruin a funeral? By bringing only one item. Get well soon balloon. Get one full of helium and inhale it before you do their eulogy. Those plastic clapping hands. And a vuvuzela. A giant framed picture of someone else. Bonus points if the picture is of yourself. 1 up if it's of yourself hanging out with the dead person's former enemy. 2 up if it's a nude self-portrait. 3 up if it's a nude painting of them. I had an aunt who brought her boyfriend to her husband's funeral. Her husband had killed himself, so I'm going with bringing a lover to your spouse's funeral. My friend's husband brought his girlfriend to their divorce hearing, holding her hand the whole time. She has no doubts at all about divorcing his stupid ass now. Honestly, it seems like he didn't have any doubts about divorcing her either. You can do literally anything, as long as you follow it with the words "it's what they told me they wanted," semicolon. I'm going to start telling each person in my life one very specific annoying thing I want them to do at my funeral. If everything goes to plan, it will be the weirdest funeral ever. There was a guy on Inga, I think, that offered funeral services. Stuff like arriving in an expensive car, setting a black chess piece on your coffin, and saying your turn, old friend, and then leaving. That is hilarious. I would buy this for my funeral. A laugh track soundboard. Scenefold theme included. I mean, what is the deal with funerals, right? B-E-O-O-M bomb-boo, boo-boo dum-ba-dum-bap. Why do they call it a wake? This guy looks asleep. Chips. Munches during the eulogy. One those helmets with dual beer dispensers on the sides. He was number 1. Air horn. Vuvuzela. That's how you ruin everything. Is a clown suit one item? Because I've got an idea. You can't spell funeral without F-U-N. You are now moderator of r/New Orleans. Googly eyes. Put them over the dead person's eyes as you solemnly tell everyone it's an important ritual in your religion that allows the deceased spirit to see their way to the other side. Does anyone know if I can ensure this is done to me when I die? Could probably add it to your will. My mum took us to McDonald's just prior to my grandmother's funeral. At the time, they had Lion King toys that made the animal sounds that they represented. My sister was 4 and no one thought to take the very noisy toy off her before the service. So there was a hyena cackling during this very solemn time before someone could confiscate it. Ruined the mood, but in a very uplifting way. McDonald's. McDonald's. A Grim Reaper costume. My dad actually wants a Grim Reaper at his funeral, standing in the corner, saying nothing. I might use a mannequin tbh. Takes notes for my future will. Bring copies of the deceased's browser history. They're already dead. You don't need to murder them too. Yes, you've already had first death. What about second death? 11s? Bring the mistress. Or, like at my grandfather's funeral, have the mistress bring the hitherto unrevealed love child. Aka how my mom learned of her half-brother. A 6-foot cardboard cute out of Nicolas Cage. They said ruin, not improve. Confetti. Corpse pinata. Another casket with a body. Sorry Mr. Baker, we had another little mix-up at the parlor. This is a real one. I promise it this time. Since you already have the hole dug, you mind if we throw one more in it? Slide whistle. Blow it as the casket is being lowered. Bring the murderer. Walks in with a tube of cancer. Cigarette. A congratulations balloon. A well done balloon at a cremation. Ghostbusters outfit. Wouldn't that be considered spawn camping? A necromancer. I would consider a funeral ruined if the person wakes up again. I would consider a funeral ruined, awake however. The other half of the body, semicolon. Holy crap WTF happened, thanks for the gold. The third half of the body confuses everyone by shattering the laws of physics. Works every time. The deceased's favorite dildo. Their dog. Dildo, not fido. Bring a flamethrower to get the cremation process started early. Elon Musk wants to know your location. Barbecue sauce. But it only works if you keep hungrily eyeing the casket and asking questions like, is anyone else starving? Starts cutting. A bop it extreme. Well, one way to ruin a funeral would be to do an unboxing video for YouTube. Pull out a karaoke machine and start singing along with I'm Walking on Sunshine. If people try to stop you, act confused and shout, man, this place is dead. That is kinda normal here in the Philippines.